Hello, hi, and welcome back to my channel. It is a beautiful day here in the North Pole, and today we are visiting the Yeti. Oh my goodness, that's all I know. So here we go again, another episode of Mythical Creatures. Welcome back. It is a pleasure to have you here, and I really just can't get beyond this beautiful atmosphere that we are in, and I really hope that wherever you are, the sun is shining and that you are warm. Welcome back. Here we go. Enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. All right, with that, Teo, take it away.
Here we go. Today's episode is about the Yeti, otherwise known as the abominable snowman. And when we saw this beautiful snow start, it seemed the perfect mythical creature to focus on for today and to gain a little bit of energy and insight from.
Yes.
So for those of you that are just joining us, what we are doing is using the lens of mythical creatures to find valuable information that we can apply to our own daily life. So without further ado, you ready for some questions?
Yes, I am.
All right, here we go.
And who knew that the Yeti was pink?
Yes, thank you for letting me borrow your Yeti jacket.
Yes.
No Yetis were harmed in the making of this fake fur jacket.
Yes. And thank you, Abnormal Couture, for this jacket.
Okay. So for those of you that don't know, the abominable snowman, otherwise known as the Yeti, no, I think that goes the other way around, is from the Himalayas, the countries of Nepal, Tibet, and Bhutan. And it is a beautiful creature, but often misunderstood. So one of the things about the Yeti is that people often say that it is a giant hairy monster that preys on humans and livestock. But if you actually talk to the locals about it, what they see it as is a symbol of strength and resilience and a protector of the mountains and for that environment. If you could you talk a little bit about the misunderstandings when people view us in a negative way or have misunderstandings about us versus who we truly know ourselves to be?
Yeah, I believe that we've all experienced, and thank you for that question. I think that's really important. I think we've all experienced being misunderstood. Maybe we feel like we're not seen or heard, and we all seek validation. That's very human of us. I do want to point out that there's a lot of freedom in not really caring in what other people have to say or think about you. Hell, if they're talking or thinking about you, they are talking and thinking about you. So just let them have their own opinion of that, and it really has nothing to do with you. That's a reflection on what is going on inside of them. And it's okay to be misunderstood. It's okay to be wrong about that too. What is important is what you know to be true for yourself. If other people can't see that, that's a them problem, not a you problem.
Don't let the snow of misunderstanding completely bury you. Something else I want to talk about is the Yeti is known for surviving in a rugged, hostile environment. I think this is really important because there are a lot of people that find themselves in hostile environments, whether emotionally hostile, mentally hostile, physically hostile, spiritually hostile. What advice do you have for people that find them in a situation that is not the best?
Yeah, that's also a very important question, and it goes on across the board. You know, you mentioned it: mentally, spiritually, physically, within your own spirituality. And I think that to realize it is possible to get out of a hostile environment. Keep focused on what it is that you truly want. Be honest with your situation. Realize what it is that you want, if you can better it, if you can get out of it. And for some of us, especially if we're in a physical place that might be hostile or dangerous for us, toxic relationships, abusive relationships, knowing that it can be dangerous to get out of those situations, but by asking for help, it's so much easier to get out of a negative space. Mentally, spiritually, physically, all of the above. It's so much easier when you have help. So being willing, the key to willingness, asking for help, and knowing that it is possible to get out of those situations.
It is possible to get out of hostile
I have done it,
situations.
I have done it, and I have done it again and again and again.
The abominable snowman, the Yeti, is known for being a solitary creature. I think it's important that we discuss the difference between the dangers of self-imposed isolation versus the rejuvenation of chosen solitude.
For me, I don't know if you can relate to this. I don't know if you can relate to this, but for me, I like my alone time. I like my solitude. I like, it's a time to reflect. It's a time to look inward and see where it is that I'm at. And there's a limit to that. So paying attention, again, truly being honest with yourself and realizing your limit there, because there is a point in time where that solitude truly just turns into a dangerous isolation, and that is a dangerous place for me to be in. I think we are creatures of habit, and if we're used to being in a isolated environment, we tend to stay with where we're comfortable, not really realizing that there's so much potential out there as well. If we're social creatures, and I think that we all have our limit in our isolation. Some of us are drawn to that. Some of us really like that. But I think that if we look at it, we are social creatures. And if there are those who say, oh, I only want to be alone and that's my happy spot, I tend to question that. They might be right, but then again, that's my opinion. Back to the first question, that is my view, that is my opinion, and I could be wrong, and it's okay to be wrong in that. But knowing where your limit is with what is really healthy for you in all aspects of life. For me, if I tend to isolate too much, I get in my head, it becomes a really dangerous place for me to be, and that's when a lot of roadblocks come into my way.
Finding a healthy balance.
Balance, yes, balance.
There's a time for both. So thank you so much for joining us today for this one. Hopefully we can invoke some of the positive energy of a very misunderstood creature.
They're beautiful.
They're beautiful. A creature that is seen as a protector and a sign of strength. I hope you can find that today. Thanks for joining us, and next time we're going to have another fabulous creature.
Yay! I'm so excited. This one is a little bit shorter because obviously it is 70 degrees, and we too have our limits. So thank you so much for joining. I really hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all of the things. And until next time, I'm looking forward for the next creature, of which I do not know what it's going to be, but we will come to that when we cross that bridge. If you are a Yeti and you find yourself being isolated and alone, I really want you to know that you are not alone. Keep moving forward. You are doing a fantastic job. I just splashed myself. And negativity, be gone. Until next time, my friends, be well. Bye.